welcome to the Man United show. We are live, and it's the Man United versus Burnley preview. Also, we're going to be chatting about Ralph Rangnick and how there's already unrest in the camp. There's divisions with the fans. There was even a Rangnick out trending the other day, which was madness. The guy's not even lost a league game or a game yet. Well, it drew to young boys, but people, please look at the team that was out that day. I'm joined by my co-host Nathan Ellington. How you doing, Nathan?
Very good, very good. Just waiting to see how we do this today.
First and foremost, you must have seen some of the unrest with fans already. What's your thoughts on it, and are you surprised that it's come so early?
Yeah, of course. But one thing we do know is it's the players. It's the players that are not performing to what the manager wants. The formation needs to get used to, and again, it's like Rangnick has to be ruthless. That's the main thing. He needs to be ruthless because, end of the day, if he's going to look at his players and go, right, this is the team that can do a job for me with my formation, and that's what you do. He's recalled Bailly. I'd like to see why he's recalled Bailly, because I want to see Varane and Bailly, like I've always said. Yeah, that will make us very, very comfortable defensively. And then I'd like to see someone be able to put the ball. Like I've been saying it all the time, but he's got to put Van der Beek in the middle. He's got to. He cannot have Fred and McTominay both there. He's got to make some harsh decisions. Bruno, he's not going to be playing today, so I do not want to see Van der Beek in for Bruno in the wide position, because that's not his position. Put him where he deserves to be and play your other wingers in their positions. Sancho got to play. Rashford probably has to get dropped because he's not playing well. But I wouldn't mind to see him in there anyway. But something has to change. Something has to give. And that's when we're going to see some changes. And this is it. We knew, if we were thinking properly, we would have known that we needed this kind of performance to happen before Rangnick makes changes. He was never going to come in and just change the whole team that won the last few games. We said it before. It's not going to happen. So now, let's see what he's made of. That's what I'm waiting for.
Yeah, I think you said first and foremost when he came in, you don't expect to see many changes because it's only fair on the team that's been winning and getting results. Yeah. Do you feel like, have you heard anything with regards to news that's come out where you may feel that is going to be imposed with regards to making changes for this Burnley game?
The only thing that I said, like you said, Bailly was on his way. He's in the airport and he's got told to come back. You don't get told to come back if you're not playing.
Apparently there's noise that he wasn't too happy about that because he's expecting to be off on AFCON, but he's been called back.
Exactly. You don't get called back if you're not doing something. Like, you can't call him back and say, "Yeah, listen, we want you back on the bench."
Sit on the bench.
Yeah. Nah. I can't believe you're going to do that to Bailly. You can't, because there's so much unrest within the side from what we're hearing. We never know. We're never going to know until it comes out. But if it's as true as it sounds and it seems like it could be true, then there is going to be a whole load of unrest with players that should be playing that ain't playing, players that ain't even playing that want to leave, players that are playing that want to leave. It's just mad at the minute. It is mad, but I'm sure we start winning games, things will change, and everyone will start, everything will be hunky-dory again.
With that being said, the Bailly coming back.
Yeah,
Maguire's not injured. Varane's not injured. So do you think there's going to be a formation change, or do you think one of those two are going to make way?
Seriously, it's glaring in everyone's face right now. Maguire needs to sit down. Simple as that. He needs to sit down because we've got Bailly. Bailly's better than him. Get him in. Put Bailly with Varane. I know Varane obviously has just come back, but we know the levels Varane's at. And what we do know is, if you got pace and you got power, pretty much halfway there. Then you just got to make decision making, and he's been pretty consistent. And I just think that is the move that I can see happening. I can't see him bringing him out Varane. Varane's the world class player. He's not going to take him out. Maguire's the one who's been playing bad every week.
Yeah,
take him out. Take him out. Why should I be talking about Rashford not playing well every week? Come out. Bruno not playing well. Maybe he needs Cristiano, even though he's scoring, he's not playing well. Mm-hmm. So again, it's someone that we're thinking, I know you can't take him out because he's our goal scorer. Cavani's coming in, he's going to score goals. And that's what he's been doing. So I think Cavani's going to play. I think probably Cristiano's going to play. But he's just got to get it right everywhere else. Otherwise, they're not going to get the ball. And you see Cristiano, Bruno, why are they upset? Because the quality of the passes into them, there is none. Them boys are good at
do they fully have grounds, or are they missing themselves?
Look, Bruno obviously making mistakes anyway himself, but at the same time, when you've got easy balls to play and they're not getting to you, that's the biggest frustration ever. Like for big players who always expect the ball with quality, and you're sitting and you're looking at Fred giving the ball away with no one on him. No one on him last game. He was just giving the ball. Like, there you go. And then miss kicking the ball. I'm like, what are you doing? There's no one even marking you. How is it you can't control the ball and pass it while no one's marking you? That is where it's to our detriment, because he's great at winning the ball back. He's got great energy. But where's the other side? You can't tell me Van der Beek is that bad at the other side that he can't play. Because exactly, it's not like it's total opposite, is it? Where Fred, he has all of that side, but nothing at all when it comes to on the ball, in terms of quality that we need, like the Champions League quality. And then you've got Van der Beek, who has the Champions League quality. Are you telling me he can't run around? Because I've seen him running around. I've seen him getting his challenges in. He can do that side. Obviously, not to the level of Fred, because that's more his game. Not to the level of McTominay, because that's more his game. But seriously, this is where it equalizes, because if Bailly comes in, you don't need Fred and McTominay that much defense to be able to stop people. It will mean that we can then go, let's play ball, boys. What do you think of Man City's team when you look at them, really? They look like beasts that go and smash everyone? No. They keep the ball. They keep the ball. Van der Beek
got Rodri in there doing his business, but they could, if this was how Man United are playing it, it would be Fernandinho and Rodri sitting in that centre, and not Bernardo Silva and Rodri.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So think about it. And then you lose everything going forward. But the thing is, you get Bailly Varane behind, you can put Van der Beek, whoever, anyone. But we've said it a million times. I don't like repeating, but it has to come. He has to try it. We have to go with it. If we do that, we are going to be so much better off. And it's mad because I see it. Like I'm watching it playing in my head. I'm watching it, and it's just not getting done on a Saturday or Tuesday or Wednesday, whatever day. I'm sitting watching that game last week, and I was just disappointed, man. No one moving, everyone standing on the ball for 5 seconds before you pass it. I'm sure the manager didn't say, stand on the ball for 5 seconds before you pass. You're not allowed to pass until you've stood on it and waited and waited and waited. Like the defense needs to do anything if someone's going to do that kind of football. You got to move it. You got to move quick. But this is why I said to you, Matic and Van der Beek probably the best two in there. Why? Because they won't need to be chasing for the ball. They'll have the ball. They'll have the ball all the time. And if you don't, good luck beating Varane and Bailly. This is the problem. You can't have the combinations that we have. You put Varane and Maguire, then you put Matic, then you could get paced out. Matic could get paced out by the same guy, then Maguire gets paced out in the same run. But if you got Bailly behind Matic, he gets run up. Okay, try and beat Bailly now. No chance. You're not beating him after you beat Matic.
Yeah,
that's the problem.
That's why those combinations work. Usually, you got your beast, and then you've got someone in who can run in behind and sweep up if needed. A tweet came out yesterday from reporter Chris Wheeler that says morale's low, worries over clicks. Henderson and Bailly regret new deals. Bailly shocked to get called back for the squad for Burnley when he's on his way to AFCON, as you were saying. Seville offer rejected for for Martial. Van der Beek and Jones want to leave in January. Pogba and Lingard contracts running out. Rangnick's got a big job to do. Do you think that people are taking that into account when they're talking about what he's done so far? Do you think he expected that? Do you think?
Yeah. Go on, finish up what you're saying. Go.
Also, do these things in football clubs happen on a regular? Do these things normally happen? You can't keep a 25-man squad all happy. The bits of news will always happen. Changes with regards to needing players to come back at short notice, they happen. Is it just that it happens all at one together and that looks like a juicy tweet, or is this just standard?
Look, when you're losing games and players are not playing, obviously, it's a big difference, isn't it? They're winning games all the time and players are not playing, they're not happy. Yeah. They might want to leave and move on. Nobody really cares too much. But they obviously, the manager and everything behind the scenes, they're looking at the players and thinking, right, how can I give them game time, keep them happy? And then there's an injury that happens and they'll get game time. That's normally what happens. But as soon as you get injury, as soon as you get losses and bad performances, everything looks bad. But when you look at that tweet, how bad does it look? But in reality, Jones going, Lingard going, they don't play. Yeah. Pogba going, he's been going for how long? You know, Bailly and Henderson, obviously, they've already thought, Henderson, why did I sign a new deal? Great, I got more money, great. But I'm still going to move on anyway. That's something I didn't do in my career, is sign a new deal and move anyway. Well, that was what I should have done. So they should be happy they got a new deal because they're getting paid.
Looking after your interests as well.
During their small... Yeah, they ain't got a long career. Get paid what you deserve. And if you're not playing, you're not playing. But then you move on and go somewhere else and you get paid even more because you got paid more money while you're here. That's great. So that's not a problem. They're going to be upset when it comes to the football side because they're not playing. You're not signing a new deal and they're not playing. Yeah. So this is where it all stands now. Van der Beek obviously is going to want to go because he wants to play minutes. So he's going to look at his squad and go, right, Van der Beek, listen, you got to get some minutes before January. January's around the corner. It's tomorrow, next day. So end of the day, this is the prime time to give Van der Beek his minutes. This is the prime time to go, Bailly, listen, you're not going away. I want you playing next week because I told you that if these boys don't play well, you're in next and you're in right now. Come on in, play. Let's see what you got. And if he gets in and he plays well, these guys are going to be our mainstayers. And then the other boys can up it. You know, I don't mind seeing Maguire move on. Honestly, I don't think he's our level. We want Champions League. We want to be mixing it with the Bayern Munich's, Man City's, Liverpool's, even Atletico Madrid. All these big boys. Now we got them in it, so I mentioned them. But all these big boys, we can't compete with them boys. Yeah, with Maguire at the back, we just can't. No matter what we say, and no matter how he talks, he can't come out and say we just need to play better, making mistakes. Yeah. But you can't play better. If you physically can't be a better player, you got to move on. That's the way it is in football. Yeah. That's it. So
a mountain out of a molehill right now.
Yeah, I think so. Making it look bigger than it is. We know we've got all of them contracts to sort out, but look, we'll get the contracts sorted out. And most of them don't even play anyway. It's just I'm worried about Van der Beek and Bailly of the whole lot. They're the two that should be playing right now that ain't playing. So, and Martial, they rejected the loan. Maybe he's one of the two that can play up front. If you play two up front and you get the link-up stuff, I think you could see Rashford and Martial up front at times. And that might not even be bad because when they were doing their thing, that was great. You know, there's times when they were great link-up goals from them without much support from the midfielders. So imagine Van der Beek's in behind them, and then I don't know, man. I just think we've got to figure out the best two in that if it is a 4-2-2-2, the best people to be behind him and see what we can get. So we'll see.
I think he got a lot of criticism from some sectors last week about trying to impose his same formation and setup that he did while he was in Germany, and he was called naive by some. However, as a manager, I don't think I don't think he can come into the Premier League and not try that. Like if you can't be thinking in the back of your mind, oh, what if I would have tried that Dortmund formation? What if, and he gets binned in a few weeks' time? Like he has to go through trial and error. He has to know what's going to work with this team or not. He's been put in there as interim manager to do a job for 6 months at least, to see what Man United need, who they need, and how they're going to build their club going forward with structure from the top, something they haven't had since Alex Ferguson's been there, because he was doing everything or had the right people in there to do the stuff with him. But now it's not been like that, and it's gone through 4 or 5 managers and 4 or 5 sets of players, and they can't continue doing this. They need to have a profile of players that they want to go for, and whatever manager comes in, that head coach needs to then work with those players. That's what Man United are trying to do now. So you need to just like relax with the whole Rangnick out. It's crazy. It's crazy
that's
talk.
Silly. That's just the most silliest thing I've ever heard. He's just come, but he ain't even lost a game yet. We're doing. Look, it was always going to be this. I always knew it, and I was just thinking, I can't wait until he decides. He's forced to make his decisions, his own decisions. Now's the time. Let's now see whether Rangnick is the Rangnick that everyone's talking about, because it's time. It's time right now to go make your decisions. Pick the team that you know you want to play from what you're seeing on the pitch, training field, what you're seeing from rewinning all them games that they've watched from the season so far. He can see who's done well and who should have stayed in. For example, he should have seen Van der Beek's performance second half against Watford. He should have seen Bailly in Europe. Should have seen these players doing what they need to do, and then they're not playing the next game. He should be seeing that. End of the day, make the changes, make it happen. And then find players that if you ain't got no one in this pool of players that can do what you want, then go find someone else. You'll have the money. Go find someone with the legs to go and do the job that you want. Because at the moment, it's looking like a lot of our players ain't got legs for some reason. They ain't got the legs to make it happen. Yeah. And I think Pogba's going to be another one who struggles legs-wise. He's going to struggle because we got too many of those players that struggle legs-wise.
I was going to say that's criminal, right? Halfway through the season, and they've not got a team that's set up to do the chasing and dog work for at least 70, 80 minutes. It seems like they're not. Some would say they're not working hard enough, but are they fit enough?
No, they must not be. But again, it comes down to, in possession, we've been pants. He's picked a team that the best team that can run around the pitch, but not the best team that can keep the ball and do something with it. That's the problem we've got at the minute. So if he wants to continue with that, look, just go and be bold, pick your team. That's all I can say. There's nothing more to it.
Let's get on to the team news of the game against Burnley tonight at 8:15. We will be doing a post-match reaction and player rating. So make sure you join us straight after the game. Team news: Victor Lindelof's contracted COVID-19, so he will be out. Ralph Rangnick says. Also, Paul Pogba was still injured for a thigh injury in the previous game. Juan Mata, Jesse Lingard, and Anthony Martial missed out on that, which wasn't apparently due to fitness. They were omitted from that game. And I think that is it with regards to team news. Is Luke Shaw back? I think he is, isn't he?
I think so. I think he's
so.
Involved. He'll be on the bench.
Give us your predicted lineup, Nathan.
I'm going with De Gea in goal. I'm going with Dalot and Telles, left, right back. I'm going to go with Varane and Bailly today. Then I'm going to put McTominay in there with Van der Beek. I think he's going to do it. I'd like to see Matic in there with Van der Beek because I think that's what will do the job. The height of Matic as well will do a job in there. And the power and pace of Varane and Bailly will be enough to stop these boys. And then we'll have enough to keep the ball for fun. Then what I'd do is I put Sancho on the field. If we're doing that 2-2-2 business, Sancho got to play. And I think that second spot up there is up for grabs. And I don't know whether... will he play Rashford again after that bad performance? Or is he going to say, listen, sit down. But I can't think of anyone else that can play in there that's going to have the work rate and the potential to play really well. He still has the potential to go back to the levels he was. So I'm thinking Rashford might go on the left, Sancho on the right, Cavani and Ronaldo up front. I think that's what's going to happen. I think Bruno's obviously out. So so that's it. That's what I think is going to happen.
Do you think he's going to stick with the same formation then?
Probably. Until he changes and makes another formation. I don't know any other formation he picks. So at the moment, from what I can see, he shouldn't need to go more defensive. He should be able to go a bit more attacking. And like I said, bolster that defense and make ourselves much more ball playing in midfield. I don't want to see Fred in there in a game against Burnley because I know what Burnley are like. They're just, that they can make it a big fight. And I just want a Matic in there who knows what he's doing. He's experienced. And then, like I say, the protection behind it speaks for itself. Then you probably have Telles and Dalot getting up that field and feeding the likes of Cavani, Ronaldo, who the most alive people in the box you're going to get. And Rashford, Sancho in behind, being able to feed them on the floor. And that's just... And then if Rashford's not doing his job, you got Martial or Elanga or even, I'd even bring in on the squad. You know what I think about Ahmed. I like to see Ahmed involved, even if you have to swap Sancho over to the left and get Ahmed on the right. I'd get Elanga involved in the squad. These boys need to get their minutes as well, because if the first team are not doing a job, get the other boys in who are chomping at the bit to go and do a bit. And they've proved that they can get involved and do a bit as well. So I'd like to see him freshen it up at times if things are not going well. Quickly as well.
Who do you think, what player from your starting lineup could benefit most from this formation that Rangnick's imposing?
I think, to be fair, benefit most from what this formation we're going to do now. I think it'd have to be the front two. Ronaldo, Cavani should benefit the most because that's two up front, and you just got to put the ball in. So it's not only about intricate balls; it's put the ball in anywhere. Just get the ball equality in that box, and that's why he's playing Dalot, and that's why he's playing Telles. So if we can get that ball moving a lot more, things will open up a lot more, and it depends on a Van der Beek as well. That's what I mean. Van der Beek is like the key to this whole thing as well, because if he doesn't play, things don't open up, which means players don't make runs, which means things don't happen. It's simple. You need an engine room. He's the engine room.
So is that why you think it didn't work the other day against Newcastle? Because there was nothing
100%.
happening in that midfield.
Yeah, because all you need, is I see Van der Beek. He does it all the time. He's looking everywhere. He's always making his angle, gets it, pops it back. As soon as he sees the players coming tight, gets it round the corner, and then everything's open. But the difference is Fred will get it and he'll lose it, or get it and then he'll sit there and give it back to Maguire, who will sit there. And it's all just slow as hell. And everyone's in position, but then they're marked. They're getting marked. They don't realize that the power of popping it and getting it back, popping it and getting it back, popping it, turn, and then you can see a ball. The whole point of doing that is to move around your defense, their defense. If you're not moving around their defense, there's nothing going to open up. Why don't people understand this? Especially Man United players. You can't stand still and expect someone to just make a run and you put them in. It doesn't work like that. You have to pop it around. And that's what Van der Beek's very, very good at. And I love Mata in the final third. He's the best at that in our team still now. And he ain't got no legs left.
Yeah. He ain't getting no minutes. But when's the last time he played? That's fine.
He played in Europe that game against the Young Boys. But yeah, I don't mind him playing in there. Like, if he does that, he comes off the bench and does even the balls that he was playing there. Yeah. It's great stuff. But who else is doing that? Even Bruno, he's doing it, but he's doing it at a much lower level somehow. So he's, I don't know. And we're hearing something else we did hear in this football talk was players are a bit like worried or a bit scared because Cristiano, everything is to be going through Cristiano. Like if they take a shot, they're worried that, that they should have passed to Cristiano and all of this. We're hearing all of that.
It's like, should they be worried? Like if they have a shot, like a player pops off. Like you get them players, they pop off when they think you should have passed it and you didn't. Like, get over it. Like,
But that's the Greenwood talk, isn't it? I didn't mind when Greenwood was getting all them shots. He was the one playing really well in the first games of the season.
yeah.
He had a bit more shots than a few times he shot when he shouldn't have.
Mm-hmm.
But then everyone was talking about he's always shooting, he's not playing well, he's always shooting when he shouldn't. He's the one who's been scoring. What do you expect him to do? Take a perfect shot every time, or it's always perfectly on to shoot? No, he's gonna shoot when he shouldn't. That's strikers. That's what they all do.
Mm-hmm.
So leave him to do his job, and let Cristiano do his job. And when he's on, let you find him as well. Then Cristiano, find Greenwood when you've got a shot on and you decide to shoot. Let Greenwood shout at you then. Say, listen, why you give me the ball? I don't care if you scored 1 million goals. Give me the ball. I'm open. You know? So it's annoying because Greenwood done really, really well. Let him continue doing his job. And he's the one out of the side.
Yeah,
Rashford was poor.
100%.
Greenwood's better.
Yeah.
Take him off.
Yeah, and the last thing you want to do is get into the head of a youngster. That's what the good thing about the youngster. They're fearless. And if they don't have that fearlessness, then they're playing within themselves. They're not going to be the player that got them into the first team in the first place. So can't start getting onto the youngsters. Off of that team, who would you have as your key player?
Van der Beek. Van der Beek's going to be my key player until he plays. While he's on the bench, he's still my key player. He's the key. Watch when he plays and he is the key. And I'm going to be just shouting, I got the key. So
Donny van der Beek's the key player. He's going to be the one that unlocks the Burnley defence.
Yes, he is. He's the man.
All right. Donny van der Beek is your key player. And what is your predicted score?
We win this and we win big. Nah, I'm playing.
All right.
We win and we win. I think we're going to win 3-0. If we pick my team, we win 3-0 easy. We're going to have a nice, easy 3-0 win if he picks that team that I just said.
Uh-huh.
If not, and he sticks with Maguire and he sticks with Fred and McTominay, we are going to struggle in this game. They might even score. We might even draw. It might even be that bad. If he wants to stick with the same bad team, we're finished. It's be more of the same. So Rangnick, pull your finger out.
What score you giving if he changes the team?
3-0.
3-0.
3-0 if he changes the team.
3-0 victory for Manchester United. Who's your goal scorers?
Cristiano, Cavani, and Sancho. I just noticed Sancho's going to score. Oh my gosh. Yep, Sancho. Cavani, Cristiano, Sancho getting the goals today.
All right. You sound more confident now. You sound more confident now.
If my team's playing, yeah.
All right.
All depends.
All depends. Okay, so you got you take your predicted team is out. You got your key players, Donny van der Beek, and a 3-0 victory for Man United with Donny van der Beek being the puppet master, Ronaldo, Cavani, and Sancho with the goals. Nathan, how do you feel about this game? Are you feeling confident before we go?
If we play our boys, I'm feeling very confident. I think our boys have got enough. There's enough chemistry there. You know, the chemistry's on 99 on FIFA. They're ready. They are ready. I don't want to see the chemistry down to 62. If it is, we are not ready. Simple. It's that simple.
All right. Make sure you join us straight after the game tonight. I think it should be about 10:15 as the game kicks off at 8:15. It's a dodgy time. Is it on Amazon then?
It's on Amazon, but seriously, what Steve Denham just said there, he just killed me.
What did he say? Steven's in the house. What's he saying? Sancho couldn't score in a brothel with £50 notes to his brow. Oh, brilliant.
Oh my gosh.
Stephen, we're trying to keep it PG at 2:30 in the afternoon. Oh, now everyone's joining us. Nice to see you here again.
Exactly.
All right, what's going on? My camera doesn't want
to.
Camera's switched off. What's going on? Is this YouTube trying to lock me off? Don't do this to me.
What's happened there?
Don't do this to me. What's going on? EOS webcam utility. What's going on? Don't do this to me now.
Don't worry.
All right,
You
it's
need
all
to
right.
say what you're saying.
We can still continue. All right, yeah. Make sure you join us tonight at 10:15 for the post-match reaction. Yeah, Nathan.
All right, I'm on it. I will see you
right.
guys there.
We will see you guys there. Peace out. Stay safe. And I'm gonna get back on before we go. This is like a pit stop.
It's gone, mate.
Nah, it's gone. It's not having it. There we go. Peace out.
Get back on for the next one.
All right. Don't worry. Here we are. Boom. I'm back.
There we are.
That was like a pit stop. Back in. There we go. All right. I'm sweating.
You got it.
It's the YouTube voodoo. It certainly is, Stephen. Make sure you join us tonight. Seeing as you're not. Stephen's an Arsenal fan. Come over to the Man United show. It's fun over there as well. And the comment section's popping, so you can definitely get some of your jokes in there. Hopefully it's not off the back of Man United losing. He's gone for a 2-1 victory, so that's good luck. All right?
Yes, Steve.
How you
Well
doing?
done, Steve.
All right. If you are new to the show, make sure you come over to KS1 TV and hit that subscribe button. We really appreciate it. Peace out, people. Thank you for joining us, Nathan.
Thanks a lot.
Stay safe and wash your hands.